All right, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about Teofimo Lopez, Vasyl Lomachenko, and George Kambosos, and the fact that Top Rank looks to be making the Vasyl Lomachenko Teofimo Lopez rematch. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about Teofimo Lopez, Vasyl Lomachenko, in this fight with George Kambosos that Teofimo Lopez is trying to get out of. But before we do that, please make sure, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Also, if you like the video, hit the like button, share the video. It goes a great way towards helping grow the channel, and it would be greatly appreciated. Teofimo Lopez, I was really, a couple months back, was really amped up about Teofimo Lopez and some of the business moves that Teofimo Lopez had made to get himself more money. And specifically what he did was he refused to sign a fight contract with Top Rank for a fight that was ordered by the IBF. Specifically, a fight with George Kambosos. Now, he wound up getting that thing moved to a purse bid, and Triller Boxing took over, won the purse bid, and then had the right to air the fight. And it was for, I do believe, the purse that Teofimo Lopez was going to get was somewhere around $4 million. Cambosos was getting over $1 million. So there was more money in the fight for both fighters. And I was thinking, wow, what a good move by Teofimo Lopez. Smart move, pressured Top Rank into getting him more money, the money that he thought that he deserved. And, you know, these guys are risking their lives in the ring, so I'm all for these guys making more money. However, that seems to have fallen by the wayside, or at least Teofimo Lopez is trying to get out of the situation where he would have to fight George Kambosos, because originally they were supposed to fight maybe a month ago in early June. Maybe that fight was supposed to take place, but Teofimo Lopez contracted COVID, so he was unable to have that fight. There was a lot of money lost by Triller, and now Triller wants to have the fight, but they want to have the fight somewhere where they feel like they can recoup it, and that would be to fight in where George Kambosos is from, and that being Australia. Because if he fights in Australia, similar to when Manny Pacquiao fought in Australia against Jeff Horn, there was a lot of support for that fight for Jeff Horn, and there's also been a lot of support for fights for Tim Tszyu and other boxers in Australia. So Triller figures, look, we've lost a lot of money because this fight got rescheduled. We want to be able to make the money back that we've lost in the promotion of the fight and have the fight in Australia. But Teofimo Lopez is not trying to play. I say he's not trying to pay fair, and is saying, no, I will drop the IBF belt before I go to Australia to fight George Kambosos. So he is trying to get out of the George Kambosos fight, and then Top Rank is trying to, in that fight stead, have the fight between Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko. Now, for me, I think to myself, if Teofimo Lopez fights Vasyl Lomachenko instead of George Kambosos, the man is, I don't know if that's the best. Let me put it this way. I don't know if that's the best decision, because at this point right now, I am almost 90% sure that under that situation, Teofimo Lopez is going to lose that fight to Vasyl Lomachenko, and he's just going to be handing behind out in the wind, because he will be going from a situation going back into a situation where Bob Arum already told him, if you do something like he told him before he went to Triller, he said, look, if you're in a situation where you're doing this to Top Rank, this is how that was implied, At least this is my interpretation or what I think he was implying. He said you're going to have problems down the line getting the big fights that you want, because now you've already bucked Top Rank and did something that Top Rank didn't want you to do and pretty much embarrassed Top Rank. Do you think that Bob Arum, who said he was refusing to deal with you, doesn't have a vindictive streak in his body, right? Absolutely, these guys have vindictive streaks. And if you go back and fight Vasyl Lomachenko, you're not going to get, I don't believe he's going to get the benefit of the doubt on those scorecards, the way that he got a benefit of the doubt on the scorecards in that first fight. I personally do not believe the Top Rank is above angling fights to be how they want those fights to be. And I'm quite sure that they can find somebody else, that they can find other people for Vasyl Lomachenko to fight. But more importantly than that, just that angle of it, is the fact that if you look at how those fights took place, if Teofimo Lopez was in a lot of trouble in that second half of that fight, when Vasyl Lomachenko tried to step up the pace on him. And I think that Vasyl Lomachenko probably picked up the pace a little bit too late. And if he had won a couple rounds in the beginning of the fight, taken little more risk in the beginning of the fight, and then let the rest half of the fight play out the same way, he could have won that fight. And he has now been in the ring with Nakatani, and from what I could see, I saw the highlights. I haven't seen the entire fight, but I saw enough of the fight to where I could say, oh man, Vasyl Lomachenko was really tearing up Nakatani, and Nakatani was a guy that people thought was a top 135 and somebody that gave Teofimo Lopez a lot of trouble. So you coming after a more active Vasyl Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez has not fought in a solid. Teofimo Lopez hasn't fought in a solid year. Oh, not a solid year, but in October it would have been a year. So 2 months from now, so he's at like 10 months. That is a long layoff. That's a long layoff for a guy that was used to fighting. That was fighting twice a year. He's supposed to be getting 3 fights a year, but he only got 2. But now this will be the one time he fights this year, and it's going to be against the last guy that he fought that knows you, and somebody that has had a fight in between where he really did put his foot to the metal against Nakatani, probably more than he had in a while. And this that guy also has like a vendetta against you, because seriously, he believes that he won that. He believes that he won the first fight. That is a real tough political toxic mess that Teofimo Lopez is getting himself into. Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, would be better off going to Australia, keeping your word, go to Australia, fight George Kambosos for $4 million, and come back to the United States. It's just Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, like in a business sense, you're doing too much. You're in a situation, you pulled out of the fight, people lost money, and so you're not going to help them get in a situation where they can make their money back. The boxing, you need, like, I am hard on promoters, but I don't believe that promoters should be put in business situations where they're going to lose money just willy-nilly. If the sickness of Teofimo Lopez caused a lot of financial hardship on Triller. And so if they're going to make themselves whole, Teofimo Lopez should do that. But, if you want to jump out of the frying pan into the fire with Lomachenko, the fire pan being George Kambosos in Australia, and you want to jump out of that, and the fire is the attitude of Top Rank, who you bullied in these negotiations and they didn't forget it, and Vasyl Lomachenko, who's looking to win the fight. But that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think, and with that, I'm out. Peace.